Now on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, Aransas Pass police have recovered a man's body from the San Patricio Navigation District. Investigators are working to identify the man and determine a cause of death. And turning now to the big story out of Washington, President Biden has officially announced his historic bid for the Oval Office. Also, jury selection began Tuesday in the battery and defamation trial against former President Trump. We have this story and more straight ahead.
We missed the rain that was supposed to come yesterday. Will the trend continue for the rest of the week? Find out that and more in the full forecast.
Watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain. Today is the 26th day of April 2023. The time is now 6:31 on your Wednesday morning, and today it is Library Outreach Day. So many of your rural communities here in the Crossroads don't have their own library. That's why it's so important for those libraries that we do have to do outreach. I know that there is some outreach done to the Point Comfort community by the Port Lavaca Library. So great work there. Let's go ahead and turn to First Warn Storm weather anchor Adarius McCormick. Adarius, we were just talking about what books we love from the library.
I am a super biography guy. I want to know everything about everybody. I love that. So I could just read those all day.
Well, we know where to find you in the reference biography section,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. We're going to take a look at our current conditions right now. We're looking at 72 degrees right now. It's pretty clear outside, but we'll see some clouds. As you can see, not too many in the Victoria area, but we are looking at some clouds today, and we may see some rain. Right now, we're looking at 7 a.m. cloudy, pretty cloudy today. It's going to continue to be that way. You'll see some sun later on today, but 79 degrees, we'll see the sun peak out a little bit and we'll get up to 82. But when your kids are going to school, I say pack them a fleece because it'll be 70 degrees, a little chilly for a kid. And then once they get off the bus, you can pack that jacket up and put it in their backpack because they're going to be sweaty at recess because we are getting to 82 degrees, pretty warm, and they'll see the sun a little bit. So make sure they're wearing a short sleeve under that jacket, and make sure you pack them a little umbrella because we might see some rain. We were supposed to see some yesterday, but we're definitely going to see some showers today. So pack them a little umbrella as well, just in case. I know kids aren't the best with those, but just put it in their backpack. They'll use it. Carolina, back to you.
Thank you, Adarius. A man's body was recovered from the water in the San Patricio Navigation District Monday. The person reporting the body says he saw shoes underneath his boat and believed it to be the body of a co-worker. Rescue divers arrived at the scene and confirmed the shoes were attached to a body. The deceased is described as a white man, possibly in his 60s, with possible tattoos on his arms. The man has facial hair and wore a dark solid shirt, dark pants, and sandals. Authorities are working to identify the man and determine the cause of death. If you have information on this case, call 361-758-5224. You can also submit an anonymous tip through Crime Stoppers. First responders were on the scene of a major crash Tuesday in Refugio County. One person was hurt and transported to a Corpus Christi area hospital for treatment. It's unclear how many vehicles were involved in the crash, but as you can see, one vehicle did roll over. The crash happened at Farm to Market Road 1360 and Landfill Road. No further details on the crash are released at this time. A 2014 Ford Fusion ended up in the lake at Patriot Park yesterday. Authorities say the driver was under the influence of alcohol and drove the vehicle straight into the water. The driver was reportedly headed to El Campo when the incident happened. He was able to escape through the passenger window. Our reporter on the scene says the man accidentally put the vehicle in the wrong gear and drove it straight into the lake. Authorities worked together to get the vehicle removed as the water in that area is around 30 feet deep. President Biden announced he will be running for a second term. The pre-tape messages comes 4 years to the day of when he announced his run for president in 2019 for the 2020 election. The president's campaign video highlights his key messaging and policy moves from the past few months and draws attention to his accomplishments from his first 2 years in the Oval Office. Vice President Kamala Harris will be joining Biden again on the ticket and is also featured prominently throughout the video. At 80 years old, the president will be the oldest candidate to seek re-election. Leading us to your viewer poll, are you for or against Biden's run for re-election? Okay, let's take a look. 25% of you say you are for it. 75% of you say you are against it. We want to keep hearing from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. You can also scan the QR code. It's right there on your screen to take part. Jury selection began Tuesday in the civil rape and defamation trial against former President Donald Trump. The lawsuit is being brought by E. Jean Carroll, a magazine writer and columnist who claims Trump raped her in a New York City department store in the mid-1990s. The former president has denied the claim, and it is unclear whether he will show up to testify in his defense. However, jurors will hear from Trump via his videotaped deposition that he gave in October. The discovery of an ancient Roman bust in a Texas thrift store is coming full circle as the sculpture heads back to Europe. Purchased for $35 at an Austin Goodwill store nearly 5 years ago, this Roman bust was determined to date back to 1st century AD Rome. The artwork was found to have belonged to a museum in Germany, but likely stolen during the height of World War II. The San Antonio Museum of Art has displayed the Roman bust since last May, and they're now underway to send it back to Germany. The marble sculpture will remain on display at the SAMA until May 21st. That museum, by the way, is gorgeous. You should definitely make a trip. Okay, get your cell phone and scan this QR code. It's our quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can get breaking news alerts, vote on our viewer poll, get the latest in news, weather, and sports, and learn all about our ongoing contest right there on the app. Submit those news tips and photos. The time is now 6:37 on your Wednesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. Keep Victoria beautiful hopes to stimulate the local economy.
Former President Trump responding to President Biden's re-election announcement. This as he deals with his latest legal battle. I'm Lindsay Watson, Washington. We'll have those details coming up.
It's warming up in our area, but that does not mean to put those umbrellas away. Hear that and more in the full forecast.
Get a jump start into your new car or truck at Bravo Autos, where buying a car is fun and fast. Woo! Our team is geared up and ready to take you to the finish line. Woo! We have the best brands and models at unbeatable prices. That includes no down payment and no payments for 90 days. Who are we? Bravo!
Stay up to date with what's happening in the Crossroads by downloading the Crossroads Today mobile app. You'll get instant alerts to your phone or tablet the minute breaking news or weather happens. Only the free Crossroads Today mobile app features weather updates for local sports. The Crossroads Today app gives you the ability to stream our daily newscasts when you're on the go and share pictures or tips straight to our newsroom and so much more. Brought to you locally by Prosperity Bank with 12 locations serving the Crossroads area.
The savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
Welcome back, Crossroads. We'll take a look at our current temperatures around the state. We're currently warming up around the state. We're in 72, 67 in Houston, 71 in San Antonio, but over in the Amarillo, Lubbock area, they were down to the 30s just a couple of days ago. So it's warming up around the state, and I love a little warmth, so I'm not mad at it. We got some wind coming from the Gulf, helping with moisture, and moisture helps with rain, so we may see some more rain. You'll hear about that later in the full forecast. And right now we are looking at 70, mid 70s, high 60s, and it'll get a little warmer going into the afternoon, getting up to the 80s today, and going into tomorrow, it'll get a little cooler. It won't be as warm, but it'll still be in the 70s and going into Thursday afternoon. Carolina, back to you.
Thank you, Adarius. We now turn to Washington and Biden's historic announcement for re-election. Former President Trump slamming Biden's 2024 bid in a campaign video, saying Biden has damaged the nation.
Let's go, Joe! Let's go, Joe!
Union workers cheering President Biden in his first appearance since announcing he's officially running for re-election.
Freedom, personal freedom, is fundamental to who we are as Americans.
In a campaign video, Biden warns that democracy and freedom are at stake, not mentioning opponents by name, but clearly aiming at former President Trump.
MAGA extremists are lining up to take on those bedrock freedoms.
Last night, Vice President Kamala Harris addressing the key issue of abortion rights.
This is a moment for us to stand and fight.
This morning, most Democrats are lending support to the Biden-Harris ticket, despite polling that shows 70% of Americans, including the majority of Democrats, say Biden should not run again. Former President Trump, who's considered the Republican frontrunner, responding, attacking Biden on everything from crime to the border to foreign policy.
You could take the 5 worst presidents in American history and put them together, and they would not have done the damage Joe Biden has done.
Meanwhile, Trump is facing another legal battle, this time a civil rape case. During day one of the trial yesterday, lawyers for author E. Jean Carroll claimed Trump asked her for help at a New York department store in 1996, then lunged at her in a dressing room. Carroll spoke to CNN.
It was against my will, and it hurt, and it was a fight.
Trump's attorney called Carroll's lawsuit an affront to justice, saying she's doing it for money, for political reasons, and for status. A slate of Republican candidates is now taking shape to challenge Trump, though Florida Governor Ron DeSantis still won't say whether he is running. Right now, only 2 Democrats, Marianne Williamson and Robert F. Kennedy Jr., are running against Biden. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.
Keep Victoria Beautiful hopes to contribute to the local economy. The organization says studies show litter-free and well-landscaped cities have better economic growth. Now a beautification grant will help get that process started for Victoria.
Businesses, schools, nonprofits, churches can apply for a beautification grant of up to $1,000 to do some landscaping projects that would help beautify the outside of your place. So we're not just saying, hey, go beautify your place. We're saying, hey, we can help you financially do that.
Local businesses can apply for various grants. For more information, come to crossroadstoday.com. The time is now 6:43 on your Wednesday morning. Still to come, a woman shot while driving in a car in New Orleans with 2 toddlers in the vehicle with her. Time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy 6th birthday to Biggie. Love Mom, Daddy, and Addison.
And happy birthday to Kyler. Happy 18th birthday to our son Kyler. Have a wonderful day. Love Mom, Dad, and your brothers.
And Channing Tatum might be in his birthday suit today. The Magic Mike star is turning 43. Happy birthday, Channing.
To see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com. On More and under Home, you'll see KAVU Submit Your Birthday.
The time is now 6:44 on your Wednesday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today. We'll be right back.
In Texas, the future belongs to everyone, so we created the truck of the future for everyone. Ford F-150, part of America's best-selling trucks for 46 straight years. With an available 12-inch touchscreen and interior work surface, it puts the world at your fingertips. And now, there's a great in-stock selection to choose from at your best in Texas Ford dealer. Drive F-150 now with 0% financing plus $1,000 cash plus up to $1,000 accessories cash plus complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
A nice reception.
Next, live with Kelly and Mark, Amanda Peet and Lizzie Kaplan from Fatal Attraction.
I'm not going to be ignored, Dad.
Plus Judy Blume and Spring Has Sprung Week.
We found out we have young friends. When you get invited out by your young friends.
Well, I'm not sure if I would call them friends.
They're our kids.
In this morning's GMA First Look, emotional testimony from Lori Vallow Daybell's own sister. Summer Shiflett trusting Lori until she learned 7-year-old JJ and 16-year-old Tylee's bodies had been found on Lori's husband's property. That discovery leading to a furious confrontation in a jail video call played in court.
They know that they found Tylee buried in a pet cemetery and JJ buried on Chad's backyard. And we don't understand how that happened or why. Can you tell us? Is there another explanation? I'm willing to hear it. Absolutely, but I can't talk about it.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more new details about the trial. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Trying to control my asthma felt anything but normal. Enough was enough. I talked to an asthma specialist and found out my severe asthma is driven by eosinophils, a type of asthma Nucala can help control. Now, fewer asthma attacks and less oral steroids. That's my new normal with Nucala.
Nucala is a once-monthly add-on injection for severe eosinophilic asthma. Nucala is not for sudden breathing problems. Allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for swelling of face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Infections that can cause shingles have occurred. Don't stop steroids unless told by your doctor. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. May cause headache, injection site reactions, back pain, and fatigue. Talk to your asthma specialist to see if once-monthly Nucala may be right for you. And learn about savings at Nucala.com.
There's more to your life than asthma. Find your new normal with Nucala.
Welcome back. Crossroads will take a look at our future tracker right now. We're looking at some rain. I've been talking about rain all day. Right now we're looking at Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Some scattered showers in our area around near Houston, near us, you know, and it'll keep going until this afternoon. It'll be gone around this afternoon, but it comes back Thursday morning, and we'll see it'll be a little bit heavier in our area around Thursday morning, but by the time Thursday afternoon comes, it is gone, and we won't even see it Friday. It'll be completely gone. So we won't have to worry about any rain. Right now we're looking at some scattered showers. This is a local future tracker, and then the showers continue throughout this afternoon until tonight, and then you won't see any more rain until tomorrow morning, but it gets a little worse tomorrow morning, but by the time we get to the afternoon, it is gone. We have a marginal risk area, but marginal is a small risk, and that's all I have. That's your forecast.
82nd Airborne Division United States Army veteran James, who also goes by Jim McMahon, is your military hero for the month of April. McMahon was born in Nebraska and then grew up on the south side of Chicago, so you may notice he's got a bit of an accent, but he fits right in here in the Crossroads. Right after high school, he tried college, but at that time, it just wasn't for him.
In 1985, I went into the military, decided to join the military to try to get some direction in my life.
His family has a history of serving the country, and his uncle was also in the Airborne Division.
My grandfather fought under General Patton in World War II. My uncle was in the Army in Vietnam, and he was a paratrooper also.
McMahon figured what better way to get in shape than join the military.
Plus, I knew I'd get in great shape if I joined the military because they're going to make me get in great shape.
He would go on to become a medic and lab tech, going to basic training and then to jump school. Because he just wasn't any lab tech, McMahon would jump out of a plane, taking the hospital with him.
The lab would go with us into the field. So when I jumped, our unit jumped, all our medical equipment was offloaded onto planes too and dropped down to us. Our Humvees for ambulances and stuff, our tents, our microscopes, everything is sent down to us.
He also spent a year in South Korea where he would pick up an expert field medic badge. While he was talented in the medical field, McMahon saw how tough that field can be.
And we worked on this guy for an hour, and it was totally heartbreaking. And then the chief was like, "Hey Mac," that's what they call my nickname. "Hey Mac, why don't you come with me and we'll have to tell his family." Because he wanted me to experience the full thing. And we came around the corner, and this poor lady's like 7 months pregnant with her first child. And from that point on, into my head, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I can do this medical thing for a profession. Because everybody that does it, that's the hardest thing to do, dealing with death, you know. And some people could do it. Me, I realized this is going to be a tough thing to do.
He finished his time in the military in 1989 and then would go on to finish college, picking up a bachelor's degree in history and political science, and went on to a teacher's college in Nebraska to get his master's in education. He He's now taught in Victoria for 5 years.
And I started teaching. The reason I started teaching is I didn't know what I wanted to do, to be honest. It was my wife. She's like, you love history. I mean, I love history. And so I started thinking about that, and I started becoming a history teacher, and it's been fantastic. I teach over at Victoria West now, and it's a great school. I mean, just love this town. It's a really good place. It's fun. I mean, jumping out of airplanes was some of the scariest thing I did, man. I mean, you go into a door, and you look down, and you see trees going past you. You feel this breeze in your face, and that light goes off, and you get smacked on the butt, you just fly out of this airplane, you just throw yourself out of an airplane. As scary and as great as a rush as that was, teaching is the same thing, because every day you don't know what kids are going to bring into your classroom. Is there something good to be coming in? Are they in a great mood? Are they upset over something? Maybe situations at home, so you never know what you're going to get. The content is the same, but everything changes by day, which is, to me, another exciting aspect of it.
McMahon understanding the importance of history.
And like I tell kids, you don't know where you're going until you know where you've been. So if we know where we've been, we can look back on things and try to make adjustments and try to make this better society for everybody.
In his free time, he enjoys documentaries and spending time with his wife and children and their pets, and he lives for the summertime, where you can usually find him by a body of water. McMahon says the military taught him honor and to just be better than he was yesterday.
Oh, honor. Because it's like, it taught me, when you're in the military, this country always look out for the little guy. And what it taught me, and this is the military, is to believe in myself and try to help other people. Because I was a lab tech and a medic, so this goes according to my belief anyway, of helping other people. But I drive of believing in myself and try not to hurt anybody, just doing the right thing. And I try to tell kids this all the time, I'm like, if you try in life, at least try to do the right things, good things will actually happen to you. And it actually turns them into better citizens. And so that's kind of, the honor thing's a pretty big issue with me.
And do you think that's rang true for you? If you're a good person, good things happen?
Yes, I firmly believe that. People are like, it's karma. Maybe it is karma. But I believe that if I do right, every morning I wake up and I try to be a little bit better of a person than I was the day before. The end product's got to be a good place. At least I hope.
So thank you, Jim McMahon, to your service to your country and to all the service members out there, past and present. And a special shout out to all the educators out there. Adam Seibel, KAVU TV 25 News Now.
Still to come on Sunrise News to know before you go, an investigation underway regarding an officer-involved shooting in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Hello, my name is Maclovio Perez. My friends call me Mac. I'm the new chief meteorologist at 25 News Now. In the weather world, our job is to save lives and property. Service is very important, and the people need to know you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you. And if they don't do any one of those, then you're not going to be on TV for very long. There's my forecast for the summer. Very hot and a very active storm season. Write that down. Let me know how I did at the end of the season.
When you don't keep your eyes on what you're doing, it can be downright dangerous to you and others, especially when you're behind the wheel. Put your phone down. Heads up, Texas.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text TB to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
I've just been placed in a foster home. The family's nice, but I just don't know them. I miss my family, miss my old school, miss my friends. I need someone I could talk to, someone who understands me. I wish there was someone who could make me feel less alone.
Become a CASA in your community for children in foster care. Make a difference and change a child's life. Register for training at goldencrescentcasa.org or call 361-573-3734 for more information.
And now for today's question of the day. What percentage of food goes uneaten each year in the United States? Okay, Darius, this is something that you contribute to.
Definitely, I do contribute to this.
Some people just don't do leftovers. All right, well, our guesses are 40%. That's from Bobby. Also, Michael's guessing 40%. Melanie is going with 30 to 40. And Albert is going with 65. Leticia is going with 35. All right. What's the answer?
The answer is 40%.
Oh my goodness, so much waste. Maybe composting? I don't know.
That sounds about right for me, 40%.
I mean, sharing with a neighbor, I think, is a good
That's
plan.
what I may do that from now on. That was a good idea.
All right, well, thank y'all for taking part in today's question of the day. A woman in Louisiana was shot while she was driving in New Orleans on Tuesday night, and the 2 toddlers in the vehicle with her were hurt. Authorities say it happened just before 8 p.m. at North Robertson and St. Ferdinand Streets. Reports say the woman was shot in the upper body. 2 children were also in the car and suffered minor injuries from the debris. Police believe one child is about a year old and the other possibly 3 years old. All 3 victims are being treated at a local hospital. There is no word currently on their condition. An investigation is underway regarding an officer-involved shooting in Shreveport, Louisiana. On Tuesday afternoon, more than 20 police units responded to a report of gunfire. An officer who arrived on the scene came in contact with an armed individual. Police say shots were exchanged and the suspect was hit and taken to an area hospital with life-threatening injuries. The officer was not hurt. The Louisiana State Police is looking into the matter. This is the second officer-involved shooting the area has seen in the past 3 days. On Sunday, a 33-year-old man was fatally shot during a traffic stop. Early voting in Victoria for the May 6th election continues. The numbers from the Victoria County Election Administrator look like this. 352 people voted in person early Tuesday, making a total of 674 in-person votes so far. Great work. No mail-in votes were received Tuesday, and a total of 59 mail-in votes so far. Remember, Election Day is on a Saturday. Try to get that out of the way. Early voting for the May 6th election is at the Dr. Petty Dodson Public Health Center. That's at 2805 North Navarro, Classroom A, running through May 2nd, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. It's a way you can watch our newscasts without having maybe the traditional means to do so. You can find it on your connected TV, on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and even on your cell phone if you're on the go. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. And we have time for a final check of our forecast with First Warn Storm weather anchor Adarius McCormick. Adarius, our raincoats, do we need a raincoat or just like maybe an umbrella?
Maybe just an umbrella today, maybe a raincoat tomorrow. We'll see some more rain come in. Well, we see a little bit today. We'll see some rain come in tomorrow. Come Friday, we won't see any rain. It should be bright. We might see a little drizzle Saturday. I wouldn't even bring an umbrella. But going into Sunday, it will definitely be Sunday. And going into Monday, Tuesday, it should be clear, and hopefully that trend continues throughout the week. Carolina, back to you.
Thank you, Adarius, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful Wednesday. We're halfway through. Don't forget to vote early. Election Day is on a Saturday, so that you don't want to think about doing anything on Saturday. Go ahead and vote early. You can do so at the Dr. Petty Dodson Public Health Center. You can also just search and look up where your local polling area is. If you're not in Victoria County, elections are going on across the Crossroads. And be sure to join us tonight for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Have a fantastic Wednesday.